I think the committee will also have Notre Dame at 9. Now, they were the big talking point for a lot of folks when those rankings came out last Tuesday, with them being at 10. I think BYU losing moves Notre Dame up to that 9 spot. I mean, Notre Dame, man, they just keep winning. Looks like they're going to be in the dance should they find a way to beat Pitt, and if they don't have any like massively eyebrow-raising games that make you say, I don't know if I trust the Notre Dame team. Right now, I think they're trustworthy. I think the committee will have them at 9.
Yeah, you mentioned the talking points of it all that have come from the Notre Dame ranking, and we're going to lean to that right here. We're going to go conspiracy corner a little bit. They rolled over Navy once again. They now face a ranked Pitt team on a national stage with College Game Day pulling up to the Steel City. JD, is this all a ploy for the powers that be to have a 2-loss Notre Dame get in the college football playoff over a 2-loss team from the SEC, you say, the Big Ten, or another conference?
Interesting. I like this. I like a little tinfoil hat on for the
college
boys, man.
College Game Day in Pitt. Why
Here
is
we
that?
go.
Why is that? Why are we going to Pitt? Is it because we've gone to these SEC schools already, or do we want to gas this game up, put some gasoline on the fire, and give Notre Dame a little some action here as they try to make the postseason?
It's a good question. It's a fair question. I think that if Notre Dame's able to be definitive down the stretch, it should make people feel a lot better about them being in the playoff, because I think we almost as college football fans like dismiss losses as just like, oh, they lost the game, so they must not be good. And it's like, yes, a loss is a loss. There's no good loss. I guess there's good loss in terms of like the resume stuff, but just purely from a football perspective, we talk about A&M being this, missile of a team with what they are right now in the context of November. Notre Dame should have taken them to overtime. Like, they're a bad hold away from playing Notre Dame, A&M overtime game, and maybe Notre Dame finds a way to win it at home. I don't know, but the point I'm trying to make here is the margins are that thin between A&M at 9 and A&M, at 3, and Notre Dame being a team at 9, 6 spots for a bad hold in a game against Miami. I don't know. I'm just looking at this here, Kat. I think Notre Dame has every case to be a legit playoff team because of the losses and less so the wins.
I remember when Marcus Freeman had his big noon conversation with Joel Klatt this summer, and they talked about not the postseason. They talked about the conference and not being in a conference for Notre Dame, and why they're not in a conference. There's some history behind it, and if Marcus Freeman thinks they would ever join a conference. And Marcus Freeman said, we'd like to be independent, but he trusts the AD that if they're ever in a position to not make the postseason because of not being in a conference, that's when they will step in. I think the SEC existing and having 10-2 teams along with Notre Dame would be that scenario. Like, I think I get that the losses were close, and I get that they were in the beginning of the year and they look better this year. But at the end of the day, if there are SEC teams that are 10-2, that's only losses came to teams that are also ranked, that are quite frankly better than Miami or right up there with an A&M, and they did an SEC schedule and played just better competition week in and week out, I think you'd have to give that the nod over Notre Dame. If the losses are the same, if Notre Dame and a Texas or an Oklahoma both have 2 losses, you both have 2 losses, and you just look at the resume of wins between the SEC teams and Notre Dame, I think it gets grim for them. So curious to see how it plays out. I think because of that, they need some more losses. Like, they need some other stuff to go down. I don't think they control their own destiny if they win out, because I still think there are teams that could impress so much. If Texas wins out, if Oklahoma wins out, man, they get some big-time wins. And those are against teams that are closer to the postseason than Notre Dame was when they played at Miami that's looking on the outside end of the postseason now. So I think it could get dicey, but we'll see, man. It all starts this weekend in Pitt.